Hi everybody, it's Bridget. I am doing my design team project for Amazing Casting Products, and I am going to do this bracelet. So let's get started. I have this old necklace. I'm not even sure where it came from, but I wanted to use the beads on it. So what I did was I am taking these apart because I want to get this gold off of here. And I'm putting on my own bead caps with eyelet pins. So we're just going to feed these through and squeeze these bead caps on here. And then on this other side here, what we do is we take our pliers and we cut like halfway down, cut that piece off. Then we take our needle nose pliers and we just want to make sure the other side is going in the same direction as this side. And then we just, oh, I'm sorry. Well, that's okay. Let me just straighten this a bit. I forgot the second bead cap. So you put your bead cap on this side, you squeeze it around, and then let's try this again. And then we want to round this so that it looks like that when you're done. So these will attach to these little pieces. So I have some flowers here, and I don't need these bead caps anymore. And I don't need these eyelet pins anymore. So we'll just put these away. And we'll get started. Now I'm using the Amazing Clear Cast. I wanted to kind of slowly introduce everybody to this type of stuff if you haven't used it before. This is a coat and a casting resin, so you can coat things with this. It does take a little longer to dry, so first what I want to do is I want to decorate the inside of these pieces that are going to be part of my bracelet. So I had picked up some of these nail art flowers. I just love them. They're so cute. And I have my little pick-me-up. And I'm debating on whether I want to put paper down, because you can put paper down with resin, and I think that's what we're going to do first. I think I'm going to pick out some paper to put in here and then put the flowers in where I want them. I haven't decided, so let's do that. I'm going to pick out some paper. Okay, so now that I've chosen the paper that I want, and I've chosen two different papers. This is the Mariposa paper by DCWV, and it is just the piece that is all butterflies. I thought that would be the easiest to cut with the tiniest little images. And then the other one I used was the Steampunk Spells, and I used this flower one with the gears. So, because I wanted a little more steampunky one. I'm not sure if I'm going to use these beads in the middle of this. I might change and do a different one. But first, before we put any kind of resin on here, we want to seal these pieces of paper. So I am going to seal these with Collage Page. Some of these are really, I made a template of the size that I needed with a piece of paper before I cut any of my papers. Okay, and I am using a piece of wax paper underneath here so that it doesn't stick. And then this is my Collage Page. This is in a bottle with a fine point on it. And I'm just going to put some on here, and I'm going to brush it on. You do this for front and back of these, okay? And this way you get no yellowing of your papers. Okay, and then we're just going to let these dry. My papers are all dry. I'm just going to peel them off the wax paper. And then I just want to make sure that there's nothing on the edges of them. Okay. So we're going to take one part of each. It's equal ratios of A and B, which is the clear and then the yellowish one. And we're going to mix them together. And you do have a lot of you do have time to work with these when you're mixing them. You have like 30 to 40 minutes on these. So and these could cure anywhere from 24 to 48 hours. So make sure you give yourself plenty of days and time when you're doing a project with this. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a little bit on the bottom here before I put my paper in. And then I'm just going to put my paper in. And I'm going to put some over the paper also. And then we're going to let that sit. And I'm going to continue this on all of them. These sit for 24 hours, and we'll come back and play with them when they are cured. Okay, so this is the next morning, and it's been about 12 hours since I did this, and it is almost cured. I mean, there is no tackiness to it, and I've just been playing around deciding. I think I'm going to put this flower in here. I did put off camera, I did put some flowers already. I just set them in the clear cast, and this one I didn't do a flower. I wanted to kind of do it a little more 3D, so I'm going to put that one there. This one I did some of these little beads, and I noticed that mixing this with the clear cast, it made the blue kind of come off of this a little, but that's okay because I like the way it kind of colored the image around, or colored around the image. So here I've decided to use some gears that I had in my stash. This is how I'm going to connect the bracelet, and I'm also deciding where I want to put flowers, more of these little flowers on here and whatnot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix up some more clear cast because I want to put the second coat on here. Just have to get an extra cup. So, like I said before, it's just one part of each. I don't really need a lot to do this project, so and a helpful tip, I mark, like this is a teaspoon and this is a half a teaspoon. I mark my cups so I know by looking at it this way where to pour. This one, and I'm going to fill up this one, and then I'm going to put some more in this one, so I can put my little flower in there. I just love this stuff that you don't have to like hurry up and get it done before it cures. I mean, it gives you so much time to play. That's what I love about this. And I'm going to put my flower right in the middle here. And then let's put more on this one. Beautiful. I just love these. And I'm just going to put a little bit on top of that flower so it seals it in there. Like that. Perfect. It's going to be a beautiful butterfly bracelet. And let's work on this one. Let's just fill these up. I wasn't sure if I was going to put something in here or not. I'm not sure I want to. Sometimes it's hard to take away from the paper. Just making sure I get each corner. Okay, so then we're going to let those dry again, and they have to cure for another 12 to 24 hours. Okay, so now that this is set up, I just want to show you some of the things that I have done on here off camera, because I was just fiddling with this last night before it set, and I'm not sure if I showed you that I put the I set these clock hands in place here and put a flower on here. And over here I've got these teeny tiny little gears here. They were molded from clock parts. Not clock parts, watch parts. So then I picked up more of these nail art things, and these are butterflies. So I was picking some out here. They're very, very tiny, and deciding where I wanted them to go. This one's not on here. And I'm just going to set these in here because I'm done with the resin. Well, actually, I think this one could use just a little more resin on the top of that. So this one's covered already. So I'm just going to use the glossy accents to put a few of these pieces down. And this is like a sideways butterfly. And this is a dragonfly, and they're teeny tiny, so I'll zoom in on them. This is a teeny tiny dragonfly, and his little eyes look like they have little black glasses on. They're just so cute. I don't know how anybody could hand do these little things. So I'm just going to put some glossy accents right there. And I'm going to stick him on that flower right there. So let me show you how cute he is. Can you see him? Isn't he adorable? And then this other one is just like it looks like he's in flight. Focus. Here we go. Isn't he cute? So I have a couple more. This one's blue. I'm not sure if I'm going to put any more on here. Let's do one there. Now I could have mixed up some more resin and used that to set these in here, but I didn't want the resin going over the sides of these. Isn't that cute? Just love it. I think that should do it. Now I want to work on the steampunk one since we have to wait for these ones to dry. So I have the bracelet arranged in the order that I want to put it together, and I am just picking out some jump rings to put it together with. Oh, the other tip I wanted to give you, that if you're waiting for this to dry and you touch the top of this and it's like tacky and it pulls up on you, if you take a lighter and go over it, it'll smooth right back down. I just wanted to give you that quick tip. This is what I do to measure my wrists. I use a piece of string, and I think it's going to be okay. Here I'm just attaching the clasp to the end of the bracelet. Go. And there's the bracelet. Isn't that so cool? Oh, I just love it. I just love it. And it fits perfectly. It's not too small. It's not too big. It's just right. That's pretty cool. Okay, let's finish the other one. I'm just going to leave that on my hand. We're done with that gear. Let's see if these are dry yet. Yep, they are. Okay, let's put the jump rings on. This one, I'm not putting anything. Oh, yes, I am. Duh. Oh, you know what? I don't need those big jump rings for this one. Let's do little jump rings. Oh, this one's a little bigger. So maybe I'll give that to someone. But there we go. See what you can do with your resin? Just get these little charms and put your favorite paper in it. Put little tiny embellishments in it. And you got yourself a beautiful bracelet. Look at that. How easy was that? Thanks everybody for watching.